If your retirement plan is an account statement, I can understand how retirement would be very fearful for you and very scary, because that's the point here. The fear is a fear over your account balances. How do you know how much money you need to retire? And it's not really about that lump sum. It's not about that pile of money. I hope we're illustrating that. It is about your income needs. And you think about that, how the noise can drive you off track there, because that's the messaging. You need this, you need that, when they know nothing about you specifically. And if you have a couple that goes into retirement with no debt, they have one or two pensions and a couple of Social Security checks, well, think about that as it relates to the income that we're talking about. They're going to need much fewer assets than someone who doesn't have a pension check and has smaller Social Security payments and is going to carry a mortgage into retirement.
You talked about this, and I want to be sure this gets highlighted. Yes, if your retirement plan is an account statement, if it's your 401k statement, if you look at your 401k and go, this is my retirement plan, well, you are going to be fearful because that retirement plan balance is going up and going down based on whatever the market's doing. Are we in the middle of COVID? It's way down. Have we had the rally? It's way up. And you know that it gyrates up and down, and that causes fear. But how you translate that fear into certainty is to do a plan. You can do a plan and stop looking at the account statement and begin looking at the plan. When you begin to look at the plan, then you begin to feel better, because now there is some predictability to that. There is some, regular, predictable, dependable income that's going to come in, and that is the real key to having the financial independence in retirement.
Yeah, and that account statement that you have, especially after you've accumulated quite a bit, it can move a lot when that market moves up or down, especially if you don't have it allocated properly.
Right.
And I think one of the things we talked about, 44% of Americans worry they'll never be able to retire. And you talked about having pensions and the Social Security. We're probably 20 years out from a lot of people having pensions. So we don't really see that much anymore. And a lot of people that retired, 20, 25 years ago, they had the Social Security and they had their pension that they had worked for 30, 35 years, and they were pretty well set on their retirement. Now it's up to us to do and take care of ourselves.
It's on you. There's no question. That does make it a little more fearful, especially if you're looking, you talked about people who've walked through it. Oftentimes that's their parents, and their parents got to do it differently because they had those pensions in place. So it can add to fear. So that fear is the balance on your account. How do you know if you have enough money to retire? And the education to alleviate that fear is to change your focus from assets to income, and letting the asset level be only attributable to your income needs and desires in retirement. Want more content like this delivered to your inbox weekly? Visit fastest4.com to learn more.